So whenever I was a kid, all I did was go to school and do my homework and then come home and play video games. But I was frustrated every day, right? Because I loved video games, man. I used to love those things. And work took so long, right? Getting my schoolwork done before I could play anything. It was so grating. And some nights it felt like I was spending hours and hours doing it. And I didn't even get to play. I was frustrated with this. I hated my teachers, man, because they made me do all the schoolwork. And as I got older, I kind of stopped playing video games because I got a girlfriend, right? And I started wanting to do more fun shit in my life that wasn't gaming. I wanted to go out and spend time with friends, do stupid shit, go on fun dates with my girl, because I realized that life isn't about work. While it is important, it should not be the only thing that your life is about. And I read a few pages out of a book once that talked about Theodore Roosevelt. And when I read this, I almost had this click in my brain of that's how I want to be. Because what he used to do is he used to devote a certain period of his day, like a few hours, to doing work. And he would focus with intensity, intense focus on this one thing. And then after those few hours were up, he's done. No matter if he finished the task or not, he was finished with it for the day. The rest of the day he had left to go weightlift. He focused on hobbies that he had fun with. He did fun stuff with his friends, and he would not worry about school or any of the work that he had for the rest of the day. And I thought that was amazing. And I was like, if I can do this, if I can get my work done in less time, I'm going to have more time to have more fun experiences and do shit that I want to actually be doing. And this is my senior year of college, right? In my senior year, when everything is supposed to be hectic, and this is the busiest year of your life, I actually worked the least. Imagine having the most amount of work assigned to you ever in your life, and you have time for friends. You have time to go to the gym every day. You still have time to go on dates. I had time to pursue YouTube, music. I was living a pretty full life. I literally got one of the first videos on my channel is about me talking about how I made all A's in college without really trying. Right now, you are living a life that is unfulfilling. You aren't making progress towards the things in your life that you actually want to make happen, or you don't have room in your day for the best parts of life. And this is slowly killing you. You would not have clicked on this video otherwise. So you can choose to let this happen, become stagnant and depressed, and not be able to do the things that you truly care about. Or you can learn the one meta skill of productivity that makes everything else in life easier and start achieving the goals that you want to make happen and start getting your free time back again. My name is Luke Grenoble, and you found yourself among a gang of like-minded young men who are no longer settling for the mediocre rewards that living an average life gives you. And if this sounds like something that you want to be a part of, hit subscribe right now. So I am going to give you the exact tricks and tactics you need to be able to implement to start building this more productive life. But first you need to know a couple things. One, you have to prioritize your mental health first. Every time. And honestly, you're not able to do work right now because your mental health is trash, bro. If you keep finding yourself in ruts and feeling like you don't want to do anything anymore, like it's impossible to focus and to get work actually done, it's because you are anxious or depressed and your brain literally won't let you do the work. Whenever you get in these ruts, it's going to feel impossible to do anything. So the first thing you have to do is turn around your mental health, and you do that, one, by getting sunlight daily, right? Go outside, be in nature for a little bit. Literally go get sunlight on your skin, right? Walk around with your shirt off in the day. No one's gonna care, bro. No one cares. Also, if you've been working on your body, it's kind of fun, won't lie. Maybe I'm a little egotistical, but that's okay. Walk around shirtless because you are going to absorb the most vitamin D, and it's just going to feel the best. On top of that, meditate. Use Medito, right? Not sponsored. This is just a great free app. Next thing you could do, gratitude journal. Write down 3 things every day that you are grateful for, and do that for the rest of your life. And hang with a homie, because this is going to give you the social relationships that you need in your life. It's also going to give you this thing called psychological air, where any problems that you have, anything that you're worrying or stressing about, you're able to talk to someone about it. And this is going to help you be much more stress-free, so you can actually focus on your work. And now I just listed all these things off really quick, but these are things that are going to take time to implement. So spend time making sure you nail each and every one of these that you aren't already doing. The next thing that you can do to shortcut your success by years is to create the image of yourself that you are already the person who is successful in this area that you want to work in. Whether you are in school right now and you want to get really good at doing your work fast, imagine yourself as the guy who studies and works with intensity. If you want to be a content creator, imagine that you already are. Like, our gang's not huge right now. We have about 200, a little over 200 people in it. I still tell people already that I'm a content creator. Not for ego, but because I want to already have the idea in my head. This is who I am. It's just what I do. Affirm to yourself daily that you are this person. Literally look in the mirror and say, I am successful. I am someone who works with intensity. The next thing you need to do to start creating this identity for yourself is visualize yourself being a success in this area. For 5 minutes every day, visualize what are the rewards that you will get. Maybe you visualize yourself being stress-free. Maybe you visualize yourself actually being able to go out to parties now, have fun, talk to friends, talk to girls, because you now have the time to do it, because you're now not stressed. You can be social without reservation. Whatever the reward for you is, whatever reason you want to do it, imagine how it feels, what exactly it's like for you to already have that thing. Now I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to start being more productive in an hour and a half than you have been in an entire day. So the first thing is specifically an hour and a half chunks work in these blocks, because it's been shown that that's just the most productive. This is when your focus starts to trail off a little bit after an hour and a half. Take a break from it, take a few minutes. But for an hour and a half period, set up this environment where you have absolutely no distractions. I want you to take your phone, throw it somewhere else in the room. Don't even have it in front of you. Don't have it face up. Don't have the ringer on, because your phone is the biggest thing that's going to be distracting you. If you even just check your messages or look at your screen, you're done for, dude. Your focus is gone. You've now task switched to something else, and it's going to take 15 more minutes for your brain just to be able to focus fully again on this thing. You heard me, 15 minutes, right? You're not gonna have full focus for another 15 minutes after switching a task. That's why whenever you really focus in and have no distractions, you get so much more done. Literally take a lesson out of the Teddy Roosevelt book and intensely focus on one thing for a period of time and just knock it the fuck out. You also want to do these first thing in the morning, because this is how your brain works, right? I'm literally going to explain this in gamer terms, because I know that that's what would have worked for me. You have this mental power bar that is fully charged in the morning. If you're doing stuff that's bad for your health, like you're not eating well, you're smoking, you're doing drugs, it's going to lessen your mental power bar. We'll say like mental power points, okay? So you're going to have less mental power points throughout the day. If you woke up with 100 and you were completely healthy, you weren't doing any bad habits, say you have 60 if you did do the bad habits. And this mental power bar means you can do things that require 60 points of mental power. But if you aren't doing these bad habits, you wake up in the day with 100, you can do something that requires 90, 95, 99. And these mental points drain throughout the day. The further and further you go along, the less points you're gonna have, meaning you can't do as hard of stuff. You can't focus as hard later on in the day, because you've made all these decisions. You've had to already focus on other things. You've had your thoughts already going. You're not able to actually accomplish the hard shit later on in the day. So do it first thing in the morning when you have the most mental points. And you're gonna think, oh, I don't wanna wake up early in the morning to do this. Would you rather wake up earlier in the morning and have a more productive and amazing life where you get to do these fun things? Or would you rather keep living life the way that you are now? And you also want to do it fasted. A lot of your energy is used just to digest. So whenever you start digesting food, these mental points are going to go down, right? Especially if it's carbs. This is why after you eat the big meal, you start to feel tired, because your body is literally using your energy and your brain power to process the food that's in you. So push your breakfast until after you're finished working. Work fasted. Next, you want to batch all of your tasks, like just the minute, dumb tasks that you have to do that don't take much brain power, right? Batch all of those together. We'll call these shallow work. If you want to know more about the concepts of shallow work versus deep work by Cal Newport's a great book. Batch all of these shallow tasks together and knock them out all at once. This is stuff like checking emails, sending messages, small things that don't require a lot of those mental points. Do them later on in the day and do them all at once. Your deep work task should always be what you are prioritizing in the moment. Have one set priority in your life that comes before everything else, and you're going to achieve it faster. Because this is one of the hardest things that I had to do, was to give up playing music for a little bit so that I could focus on content creation, because I want to get really good at this skill. And as soon as I did that, as much as it sucks that I don't play guitar as much as I used to, once I cut everything else out, it let me focus. Now I get ideas in the shower about the YouTube channel, things that I want to make content on, the ways that I can convey myself so that you actually understand my meaning. I just get ideas randomly on this. This is what my brain naturally goes to. And this is how you start becoming top 1% in whatever you're doing, is you start getting these thoughts naturally. You start obsessing over the thing that you're working on. And you probably aren't gonna do this because you love going to the gym, or you love whatever other hobby or thing that's a priority in your life right now. This was me with music, right? I didn't give up playing music for a really long time. And I still wouldn't say that I've given it up, but I don't do it nearly as much as I used to. But once I cut it out, my progress exponentially increased. I started getting these thoughts, right? The shower thoughts I was telling you about. Not only was I coming up with better ideas for YouTube, but you could see this. It took me 6 months of solid work to get the first 100 people into our gang. And then within the past 28 days, the next 100 came. That's literally 6 times as much progress in 1 month. So this is your action step. Choose 2 things, just 2 things that you can either put later on in your day or that you could cut out completely. Would you rather make a tiny amount of progress in a bunch of things? Or would you rather make a huge amount of progress in one thing? Because the biggest rewards in life don't come from making tiny amounts of progress in little things. They come from dialing in and focusing on one thing at a time. You're going to be tempted after this to go watch more YouTube videos and find more different ways, more information about productivity. And I could, as great as it would be for my channel to say, yeah, just go binge more of my videos. Don't. Because the best thing that you can do right now is specifically write down the ways that you are going to implement the things that you just learned about in this video and then do them. Right now, you don't need more information. You need more action. Leave a like and a comment if this helped, because I'd love to get to know you better. Act now and become unstoppable.